Hello everyone, welcome to this video about organizational behavior. Firstly, I'm going to explain to you what is organizational behavior in the next slide. So, organizational behavior is the study of what people think, feel, and do in and around organization. Its focus is on employee behavior, decisions, perceptions, and emotional responses. Organizational behavior is also applicable for people who show emotions and their reaction towards the event that is happening in the surroundings. Organizational behavior also shows the study of how people in an organization behave and the way these employers and employees interact in the organization. Organizational behavior is important in people's daily life as it benefits not only ourselves but also for the organization itself. Having knowledge about organizational behavior will ensure our company's financial status and also keep the organization in a good condition. An organization that practices a good organizational behavior as well as apply the performance-based award for employees will have good communication with one another and practices work-life balance with increasing the financial success of the company. In our three case studies, we have chose to observe McDonald's in Labuan International Airport as our location to proceed with our case study. Labuan International Airport is placed in the center of Federal Territory of Labuan, and there are always people visiting airport on a daily basis, so we think that McDonald's is the best place to proceed with our case studies. In our first case study, we have discovered the main focus in our observation, which is communicating in teams and organizations. There are two aspects consist in communicating in teams and organizations, which are firstly, non-verbal communication, and secondly, cross-cultural and gender communication. Non-verbal communication is referring to the facial gestures, voice intonation, physical distance, and even silence. This communication channel is necessary where noise or physical distance prevents effective verbal exchanges, and the need for immediate feedback precludes written communication. Non-verbal communication is different compared to verbal communication. Non-verbal communication cues are generally more ambiguous and susceptible to misinterpretation. Besides, non-verbal communication is automatic and non-conscious. For example, the positive emotion will cause a person to be happy and thus widen the person's mouth, whereas negative emotion will produce constricted facial expressions such as squinting eyes and pursed lips. For instance, the customer in McDonald's are showing unhappy face due to the long wait. One of the aspects of the non-verbal communication is emotional contagion. Emotional contagion is the non-conscious process of catching or sharing another person's emotion by following that person's facial expressions and other non-verbal behavior. Our brain will cause us to act as though as the person we are watching. For instance, in McDonald's, I was a little impatient when the employee was preparing the food and totally ignored me. However, when he served me my meal and smiled to me, I will automatically smile back to him. In cross-cultural and gender communication, different cultures have brought more issue about cross-cultural communication. There are many types of races in Malaysia such as Malay, Chinese, Indian, and others. Each of the races have different culture and different language. Every races might have different way to communicate with each other. As from what we observe in McDonald's employees greet customers with different language. For example, when there are Malay customers, the employees will start greeting them by saying salam. As for other races customers, the employees will greet them by saying just a simple hello. Furthermore, men and women have their distinctive in communication. Men are more engaged in report talking, which they are giving advice directly, whereas women are more engaged in rapid talking. Therefore, women have a higher incidence of relationship building. Women tend to apologize more often than men. Besides, women are more sensitive to non-verbal cues in face-to-face meetings. In our second case study, our focus is on workplace emotions, attitudes, and stress. Attitude is known as the cluster of beliefs, access feelings, and behavioral intention towards a person, object, or an event. Attitude involves conscious logical reasoning, whereas emotion is said to be depending on the events. Our attitude is reflected by our feelings and emotions during an event, which we will not be aware of how we act on certain occasions. We react on how people treated us, and sometimes we show our attitude based on our emotions. There are a few perspectives of attitudes which are often shown in a person whether the person is working, which are beliefs, feelings, and behavioral intentions. Beliefs is known to a person's established perceptions about the attitude object for what the person him or herself believed to be true. Feelings are the emotion shown by a person whether it is in a positive or in a negative way. Our feelings will also be affected by the surrounding events. Behavioral intention is the motivation of a person to be involved in a specific behavior regarding the attitude object. The attitudes shown in the employees are friendly and respectful towards the customers in McDonald's, whether they are serving them meals or taking order from the customers. The peak hour for the most amount of customers in McDonald's is lunchtime and dinner time. These employees are known to be busiest during these hours, but they barely show any sign of unhappy or distressed when they are serving the customers. This shows that the customers practices good emotional labor. Emotional labor is known as the effort, planning, and control needed to express organizationally desired emotions during interpersonal transactions. So even though these employees in McDonald's are tired during the peak hours, they did not show any sign of tiredness, whereas they still greeted the customers very nicely. In our third case study, we focus on individual behavior, personality, and value. We have used Mars model of the individual behavior and performance to carry out our studies. There are three aspects in Mars model of individual behavior and performance, which are employee motivation, ability, and role perceptions. Motivation represents the forces within a person that affect his or her direction, intensity, and persistence of voluntary behavior. Employees' motivation is the level of energy, commitment, and creativity that accompanies workers bring to their jobs. Employees have choices about where they put their effort, and they have a sense of what they are trying to achieve and at what level of quality and quantity. Ability is a general word for power, native or acquired, enabling one to do things well. Ability includes both natural aptitudes and the learned capabilities required to complete a task successfully. Aptitudes are the natural talent that help employees to learn specific tasks more quickly and perform them better. Learned capabilities are the skills and knowledge that you are currently possessing. Role perceptions are important for employees to perform their job well. Role perceptions refer to how clearly people understand the job duties assigned to or expected of them. Based on the observation in McDonald's, the employee who served me in McDonald's did not show a clear role perception. Employees should understand the priority of their various tasks and performance expectations in a workplace. For instance, employees should always serve customers before they do other things, as customers should be the first priority. Besides that, role clarity is about understanding the preferred behaviors or procedures for accomplishing the assigned task. There are also various types of individual behavior in organizational behavior, which are organizational citizenship, presentism, and moral intensity. Organizational citizenship behavior, which is also known as OCBs, is the employee behavior that includes various forms of cooperation and helpfulness to others that support organizations' social and psychological contexts. Some OCBs are directed toward individuals and organizations. For example, helping colleagues to solve their problems, confirming work routine, showing genuine courtesy toward colleagues, and also sharing work assets with colleagues. Some experts characterize OCBs as a discretionary behavior based on notion that they are outside the employee's employment obligations. OCBs can have a significant effect in individual group and hierarchical adequacy. Next, presentism happens when employees attend work even though their ability to work is essentially lessened by some factors such as illness, fatigue, and so on. Employees who are going to work when they are not feeling well may worsen their condition and also decrease their health, and at the same time increasing safety risks of their colleagues. Moral intensity is the degree to which an issue demands the application of ethical principles. When decisions are with high moral intensity, they have more huge moral result. Therefore, decision makers should apply moral standards more carefully to determine it. So, here comes to the end of the video. I hope you can learn more about organizational behavior and get a clearer understanding of how organizational behavior works. Thank you for watching and I hope you have a great day ahead. Bye!